Hey, hey.
Mind if I stop up?
What's up?
Oh, just on by, I'm sitting next door. And we didn't know you was out here really. My old lady just noticed his life. And she wanted to know if I just come by and say hey and make sure, there wasn't no crazy weirdo guys over here.
Nope, no crazy weirdos.
My name's Wes.
Wes?
Yeah, so let me sit this light
Okay.
out.
Hey, what's up guys? Sean here. So this week's video is going to tie in really well to last week's video, unintentionally. So this week we're going to start out here in Newberry, Florida at the Sunshine State Overland Outfitters grand opening. So they have a cool new shop. We're going to go check that out. And when we leave here, we're going to head to a new spot that somebody told me about. We're going to set up and spend the night out there, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's walk around over here. There's a lot of cool rigs set up around here, so we'll walk around, get a few clips of that, and let's go check out the new Outfitters out here in Newberry, Florida. Check this out. This could be the biggest rooftop tent I've ever seen. Holy mackerel, that thing is enormous. Iron Man 4x4. Maybe we'll stop and talk to him real quick and get a little information on this rooftop tent. So I stopped here with Brad, and Brad's going to tell me a little bit about this rooftop tent here. The thing is pretty awesome. And so you said you just got it installed?
Yeah, I just got it installed 2 weeks ago. The manufacturer is Overland, and this is the Habitat. So it closes down into a flat surface, and it folds open 7 feet past the back of the truck. The only retailer on the East Coast is in North Carolina, so I had to drive up to North Carolina, get it installed, drive home over the course of like 3 days. Haven't had a chance to use it yet, but the bed, the sleeping area is 7 foot by 4 feet. And it is, you get into it through the truck bed, not a ladder. So I'm a big old guy, so I don't necessarily want to climb up a ladder. If you guys want, feel free to go up and check it out. Feel free.
Not wearing the clothes for it.
Okay. But absolutely love it. Overland Habitat. It one of the options I got was solar panels to charge batteries when I get those installed. Nice. You can actually add panels inside, so you can have 2 sleeping compartments for you and your significant other and the kids. It's just absolutely amazing. So
this thing is so big. Look at this. Like you got the whole bed back over here, and then this pulls up out of the way, and you got this whole other side over here. Pretty awesome. So I really like this option here. I love the little minivan. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but this thing looks cool. It's lifted. It's an all-wheel drive, so that's awesome. And I love how self-contained this thing is. But man, there is so many cool rigs here. And they've got a really cool shop in here. We're gonna walk around, and we'll talk to John in a minute. So John is the guy who started the Florida Adventure Trail system. I think it's called FATS. So that's on Facebook too. So if you join that group, you'll get more information. I just recently joined, and that's actually how I found out about this event. So we'll kind of try to talk to him here in a few minutes. But they've got the griddle set up down there. They're making some food, and yeah, a lot of cool stuff here. So cool. So that's your refrigerator. Nice. A little ice coat.
So he felt like I have clothes to these. My food drawer.
Nice.
I have one of these ovens that you put on my grill so I can do biscuits and stuff.
Right. Very cool.
I can put my stove down here.
Nice. So you're the rambling grandma?
Yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So have you've taken it around?
A lot.
A lot? That's awesome. You're all-wheel drive here. You're pretty well set up, huh? Nice.
When I bought the van, the all-wheel drive was, it wasn't there. It had been taken out. So Gene went ahead and he fixed things up and he put everything back. But I sleep in it, which I like. I said, I sort of want something that a little bit
Yep, self-contained. It's a really cool setup. Well, thank you for talking to me. Okay, so I finally got him by himself. He's a busy man today. So this is John. John, you are the owner of this new establishment. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so first of all, thanks for making a video about this event and everything.
Yeah, no problem.
So this is Sunshine State Overland Outfitters. Myself and my best friend Gene, we own this together.
Okay.
Gene is the main mechanic, does all of the fabrication stuff here, and I'm just the pretty face, I guess, you know. So
I know the feeling.
Yeah, so we're full service shop from sales to installs, mechanic work, custom fabrication, you name it, we can do it. We work with all the big companies and stuff like that, and can normally help save people. Like if they buy stuff from us, we can always help them save money versus what's sold online. Right. So yeah, we've got a few bays here in Newberry, and just trying to fill a need in this area for honest, trustworthy mechanic work, as well as all the off-road stuff that we do.
That's awesome. So I don't know if you guys have, I know a lot of my subscribers do more like the primitive camping. I'm just getting into the overlanding thing. But there's so much on the market. It's hard to know what the right things to get are. So a establishment like this, with people who actually do it
all the time,
is going to be so valuable for people.
That's really what we want to do. Like one of the things that we talk a lot about with our customers is we want to help them get everything they need and nothing that they don't. Because I think there's a lot of misunderstanding even on what's really needed to get into this, which is basically nothing, by the way. And then you can kind of go crazy from there. But we really want to help people save money, and we want people to spend more time on the trails than they do on the internet, watching YouTube videos, even though YouTube is great, or shopping or all of that. Like
wait a minute.
Yeah, life is short. Get busy living. That's what I say all the time. And so we just try to help people do builds. So we'll set up Zoom calls with people and talk through what their plans are to really help them come up with what exactly they want to do. Very
cool. So tell me a little bit about the Florida Adventure Trail. How'd that happen?
Yeah, so I love Florida. Florida's my home, and I grew up off-roading and adventuring and backpacking and camping and dirt bikes and four-wheelers and you name it, we were always outside. And so actually 10 years ago now, I realized that almost every other state in the Southeast had an adventure route of some type. And we were able to get to a place where we designed a route that goes through Florida. We did 1,200 miles, all the campsites, everything's marked. And then on top of that, we added a route that goes across the top of the state called the Panhandle Adventure Trail that goes from Jacksonville all the way across the top of the state. And then we have another route called the SOFAT, the Southern Florida Adventure Trail, and that connects into the Florida Adventure Trail and goes to the Keys and back. So we
Wow.
now have over 3,000 miles of off-road trails that are mapped, and all the campsites are marked and everything. So even for people, we have actually had people who have bought our files, like $25, you
Right.
know, but they buy the file, and they're like backpackers or
Yeah.
bicycle riders, you know, and they're like, holy crap, I didn't know that all these,
Yeah.
I didn't even know about all these campsites that you have marked. So it's been a really cool opportunity for us to grow that
Right.
influence.
One of the things that immediately jumps out to me is like bike packing.
Yeah, same thing. We've got a lot of bike packers.
That's another
a big
thing because that's something that I've been trying to get into is the
Yeah.
bike packing. But like I don't want to just say, okay, I'm gonna ride my bike to this spot
Right.
and come back. That kind of is not, to me, it's not bike packing.
Sure.
But if you could do the trail
Totally.
like that, or do a
Yep.
section of the trail
Yep.
bike packing,
Yep.
that would be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, so this whole thing ties a lot, or it ties in really well with what we do for Rewild Outdoors. So,
Yeah.
anything else that you need to plug or anything while
No,
we're here?
man,
I know
thank
you
you so
guys you guys are on Onyx Off Road,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So we have a partnership with Onyx Off Road. So they have done a really cool thing. They've worked with a bunch of YouTube creators and local people and stuff like that to do something called Rugged Adventures. And so if you go on Onyx's YouTube channel, you can go to and watch our Rugged Adventure. It's a
Yep.
3-part series on the Fat. And
Very
yeah,
cool.
the first episode dropped on December 4th. So I think the last one drops on the 25th, and the middle one drops, I don't know.
We'll definitely have to check that out. So.
Well, thanks, man.
I appreciate your
it.
time,
Yeah,
man. Thanks
yeah,
so much.
thank you so much.
Congratulations on
Thanks.
this, and best of luck. man.
Thanks, Steve.
Got some fellas working here.
Always.
Man, you want to talk about fish out of water scenario? I really feel like a fish out of water here. Not in a bad way. Everybody here has been really awesome, very welcoming, but it definitely makes me feel like the completely unprepared guy. But I know that what I've got in my rig is self-contained and I'm good to go. But there is so many cool rigs here. You guys remember when I said that I wanted to keep it low budget? There's some things here that would make you want to spend some money. But yeah, so many cool rigs here. But the other thing about this is there is so many little things that give me good ideas on things that I could do. And that's why I came. I think they're doing a good thing here, and I really hope John and Jean the best, and I think they're going to do great. So there is a lot of options out there, and it's hard to know exactly what you should get, and having someone like them to consult and really get a good idea of, yes, that was a good idea, no, that's not a good idea. That's gonna, like he said, it's gonna save you some money. So Newberry, Florida, you guys should check them out. So I have seen this on several rigs in here, and this may be an upgrade I want to make to the Jeep. So they have these small mini propane tanks, and that way I could have the stove kind of plumbed in pretty solid and not have to worry about the little green canisters. And then I would have another quick connect set up for the Mr. Buddy or something if I needed to do that. But that may be an upgrade that I'll do pretty quickly. There is a lot of things here that I'd like to upgrade to, that just make sense, that are not just a money thing. So there's a lot of cool stuff here to check out. So this was a pretty cool idea. They actually have a Overland yard sale going on here too. So they've got a bunch of stuff up here for sale, and then people are also putting a lot of stuff that they want to sell out in front of their rigs, like this spot over here. So that's kind of a neat idea. So all the stuff that we may buy sometimes and we don't really use, or didn't work for what we needed it for, but would possibly work for someone else, they've got these things set up out here for sale. So it's a pretty cool idea. Well, that was a lot of fun. That was a really good event. They had a really good turnout. I'm really happy for them. Met some really cool people today, and everybody was really welcoming. So that was a nice change of pace a little bit. But now I'm really excited, and I'm ready to head to the woods. So let's go find somewhere to set up. All right, so since we are on the road and we had to come past here anyway, I decided that we would stop and grab some lunch at Pearl's Country Store in Micanopy. Micanopy is a beautiful little town if you've never been here. But Pearl's Country Store is a must stop if you come through this area. The brisket is delicious. Everything pretty much is delicious there. It's funny because it is inside the gas station, but it is really, really good. Lunchtime, though, on a Saturday is a madhouse. Just keep that in mind. I'm going to enjoy my lunch real quick, and then we'll get back on the road. I've heard it said that Micanopy is a town that time forgot. I don't know if that's true or not, but I know that it has beautiful tree-lined streets, some really cool old historic buildings, little museums, antique shops. There is really cool little restaurants within walking distance. I believe the whole town encompasses about a square mile. It also houses the Hurlong Mansion, which is a historic property in the area, and even has on the main strip the old stagecoach shop, which is somewhere you should stop and check out just for its historic value. Micanopy is a really cool little town with a lot of rich history. If you get a chance, you should stop through and check it out. There's bound to be something here that will pique your interest. And they even filmed a movie here, if you remember Michael J. Fox's Doc Hollywood. Pretty cool little piece of history. So yeah, Micanopy is a cool little town. So if you're interested and would like for me to make one of our road tripping videos on Micanopy, leave it in the comments below, and maybe we'll do that for you. There's a lot of cool history around Micanopy, and it's just a really cool little town to check out. So if you're in the area, 441 south of Gainesville, Micanopy, stop in and check it out. You won't be disappointed. Finally, onto some dirt. So I was told about this site, and it's a beautiful little pond here. It kind of makes me wish I would have brought my kayak. I didn't think it was this big. I thought it was a smaller little pond. But there are some people scattered around here that are camping. So I'll kind of try to find me a little area that's out of the way and not in anybody's particular way, I think. But yeah, man, this is a beautiful little pond here. All right, so I don't know, guys. I am getting some conflicting information. So my buddy that told me about this spot said yes, absolutely, that this would be a good spot to camp. It's out of the hunting zone. They're not allowed to hunt in here, so this is okay to camp. The lady that I talked to up there as I got in here told me the Forestry Service will tell you you're not allowed to camp here, but I haven't seen them in a while. So I don't know. It's kind of questionable as to whether or not I should stay. But I'm here now. So I don't really know yet. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to think about this. Well, I think I'm gonna take a chance, for better or worse. I guess it's kind of like stealth camping. Just hope for the best. So I think I might know what's going on. I believe that the person that told me that they would run you off from here must be sort of living here. And either they have been run off from living here before, or they just don't want me here, because it seems like there's a little group of them up there and some dogs and stuff like that. So in the long run, this may not be the best place to camp, but it's what I've got for tonight. I don't know, but I think that's what's going on. So even still, that makes me feel a little more comfortable knowing that maybe it's not so much that I'm not allowed to camp here. Maybe they just don't want me camping here. So if that's the case, I don't care. I'll handle it. But the other thing, if the forest rangers and stuff don't want me here, that's a little different story, because I'm really not that guy that wants to be breaking the rules and that sort of thing. So that's the kind of stuff that gives us all a bad name. But anyhow, I'm gonna go ahead and finish getting set up. And I'm way up off of the lake here. The Jeep's on a little bit of an incline, but maybe it won't be too bad. I need to get me some of those leveling blocks to bring with me. I need to start making a list of the things that I'm thinking about that I need to have in here. So, but what are you gonna say? That's what makes it an adventure, right? All right, so we are pretty much set up and ready to go. I could go around here and gather me up a little firewood, which I may do. It'd be nice to have a little fire tonight. And there's no burn ban here. Plus I've got my little Uko, however you say it, flat pack grill, the little small one. So I could have a little fire in there, it wouldn't be a problem. But other than that, I am pretty well set up here and ready to chill for this evening. I still have leftovers from my lunch that I got. And so I've got a steak to cook for dinner, but I'm not hungry right now, so it'll be a little while for that. I left my dang seasoning at home, so I stopped and got me some different seasoning, but I couldn't get what I was gonna bring. We started trying those Kinder seasonings a long time ago, and I just found some, or me and Sarah just found some, I think it's called Cowboy Butter seasoning, and it is good, really, really good. And that's what I wanted to bring tonight, but I forgot to bring it. That's one of the things that I want to put when I'm putting all my kitchen and stuff together, is a little pantry. I need a little pantry that will have seasonings and stuff like that in it. And that way I'll have it and I won't forget it. So that would be nice. But anyway, I've got, let's see, what did I get? I just picked up some of this mesquite seasoning, Girl Mates. I figured that was just a basic seasoning I could throw in there and it would be good on chicken or pork or steak or whatever. So I think that'll be okay. And tonight it's gonna be fine. But yeah, I am pretty set up here. I've got a little issue that I've been dealing with, and it's new to me, so you guys let me know if you have any issues with it. But I have, I believe, developed some eczema on my eyelids. And I didn't have it until I was working on my daughter's car one day, and I accidentally let some antifreeze drip down on my face, and it blistered this eyelid. I mean, it hurt. But since then, I've had dry skin on my eyelids really bad, and I'm guessing it's eczema. So I stopped when I got my seasoning and stuff, and I got some of this Aveeno Daily Moisturizing Body Lotion. Intensely nourishes dry skin. I figured it, you know, I'd just give it a try. I know that like oatmeal baths and stuff like that are supposed to help with like eczema and dry skin and stuff like that. So I don't know. I got some of this stuff and I figured I'd just try it out. Worst thing it can do is make it worse. But anyway, I'm gonna put some of this on and we'll see how it does. Makeup tutorials with Sean. I don't know. I hope it doesn't make it worse. That's for sure. Trying out a new medicine or a new bug spray in the woods is not a good idea, because I have done that in the past. But, oh well. We're here now. It actually did make it feel a little better though, so maybe that's a good sign. It keeps sprinkling on and off, so it may end up raining. And just in case I want to have a fire tonight, I want to go ahead and gather up just a little bit of firewood, nothing crazy. But I'm gonna wander around here and grab me some firewood and see what I can come up with. There is some pine on the ground, but wood on the ground is typically not the best, so walk around here and see what we can come up with, and who knows, maybe we'll have a fire after all. Too big. That might work right there. There's some more back over there too. And I did bring my little chainsaw with me, my little battery powered chainsaw. All right, let's try this thing out. This is my Bauer 20 volt 10-inch chainsaw Sarah got me. Nice. I like that. Yep. So the piece that was still hanging up in the air is good to go. The other piece is probably okay for the most part, but the bottom of it's pretty wet. This one, still good. And it's got some fat lighter in the core. Look at that. Fat lighter. All right, it's time to do the dance. So if we're gonna have a fire tonight, I've got to clean us out a good area that's gonna be safe. And I want it to be 2 or 3 times as big as the fire that I'm gonna build. And the thing is, I'm gonna build my fire inside my little flat pack grill, but still, if that thing falls over, I don't want it to light this stuff on fire. So be smart, protect the areas that you love to go. All right, so that little area should be just fine. We're gonna have a small fire anyway, not gonna be that big a deal, but just in case, we just wanna be smart about it. So it's funny, it is literally right at 5 p.m. and because it's so overcast and we're losing so much daylight in the evenings now, I almost need a filming light already. So it was sprinkling earlier, but it kind of stopped doing that now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my small firewood and other firewood and stuff broke up and ready to go. So when we decide to build our fire, it'll be ready. It's kind of crazy. It is 1st of December and the mosquitoes are still so bad I almost need to break out the mosquito repellent. I wish it would go ahead and cool off and run them off, but it's supposed to cool off a little bit later on this evening, so maybe that'll help. And once I get this fire going, it should be a smoky fire, and they should go ahead and leave then. But I'll tell you, if you needed to do some foraging for fire, this is the place to do it, because if you can't find fat wood here, you can't find fat wood anywhere, because this stuff is all over the place. Sounds like somebody's got the wee-woos going out there. I guess they went on by though. I thought they were coming up here for a minute, but I was walking around out there talking about fat lighter and fat wood. Check out these burls, these lighter knots I found. Check these out. This one cut into it. Smells like pure turpentine. That right there will put off some heat. I don't know if I even want to put that inside my little fire pit. That might be way too much. Got my wood all cut up and stacked up. I'm not gonna need a big fire for a long time tonight, just to have something to hang around. But I got me some firewood going, and I needed something to do. You know, I didn't really want to sit here and carve today. I love carving, but I just didn't want to do that this time. So I've been sitting here listening to my book and processing some firewood, getting it ready. So I can go ahead and get our Uco fire pit out, get it set up. But yeah, I'm in chill mode now. It's cool enough that it feels good. The breeze blowing through here feels awesome. But anytime you get up to go do something, you start sweating. So there is, looks like there's a white car or truck over there. Guess we'll see what's up. Now you can't really see it, but that white spot over there is that vehicle just pulled up and they're walking around with some sort of light. So I don't know. Earlier I heard 2 gunshots back over that way, and I thought that it might be one of the bear hunters. Today was opening day of that bear season, And I typically don't talk about that sort of thing on here because I know it's so polarizing, and I don't want there to be a bunch of hate in the comments and stuff like that. Totally am not going to put up with that. But I'm not against hunting at all. And I will say that I have seen the past few years, the population of bears seems like it's really high, and every mama that I've seen has had at least 2 cubs with her. So I don't know. I know there's science behind it, and I know there's, you know, it's polarizing. There's a lot of people that hate it, and there's a lot of people that love it, and whatever. I'm sort of neutral because I'm not going to hunt bears, but I'm not against helping control the population if it's getting overpopulated. But I have seen some thin looking bears too, which may mean nothing, but it also may mean that they're competing for their food sources to the point where it's getting slim for some of them. But again, like I said, I don't really have a dog in this fight, bear in this fight, what have you. I'm sort of neutral on it. But I'll say this, I do not think that I could shoot a bear unless I just absolutely had to. If it didn't give me any choice, or if I was to the point where I needed bear meat to survive. They're just, to me, they're such a beautiful animal. And I just don't think I could bring myself to do it. But, you know, not everybody has the same opinions, and that's okay. That is the great thing about this country, is we should all be allowed to have our own opinions without being ostracized for it. But again, I'm not going to get on to that, so I didn't mean to get on to that, but I said all that because I thought maybe those shots I heard earlier were a bear hunter taking a shot at a bear, or getting a bear, or what have you. But then I hear the wee-woos, and I see this vehicle over here pull up, and now there's a couple of more people, it looks like, walking around up there. So I don't know, I may have picked the wrong place to camp. I hope now that that person that shot over there, if they were shooting at a bear, I hope they didn't get themselves hurt or fall out of the stand and accidentally shoot themselves with a gun. Or I don't even know how you hunt bear, if you stalk hunt them or hunt them with out of a stand. I don't know. But anyway, I hope everybody's okay anyhow. But I think now I'm gonna get back over here. I'm gonna listen to my book a little bit more and just relax. All right, I think it's about time for an adult beverage. So, got my old standby tonight. My Evan Williams. Now, I forgot to bring, I didn't do very good this time bringing stuff that I needed. I forgot to bring my camp cup with me. I do have my Kuksa I could do, but I've got a styrofoam cup that I had earlier from Pearls. I'm gonna just make it in here. Dang mosquitoes. And of course, Diet Dr. Pepper. I do have a straw though. It makes it easier to mix up my drink. Nice. But how did I do? Pretty doggone good. That's a good drink.
We just need to cross the valley. Christopher follows along. It's a difficult descent, especially with the heavy backpack. He has to climb backwards on all fours, and still his boots slip on the frozen undergrowth. "Hey," Christopher says, pointing. "Look, Ragnar." "I know, I saw it," Ragnar says. "None of our business." And Axel runs for it. Reaching the shadow, he stops, turns around, and sees the soldier come into view.
Hello.
Hey, hey.
You mind if I stop up?
What's up?
Oh, just stopping by. I'm sitting next door. And we didn't know you was out here really well. We just noticed you was like, you wanted to know if I could come by and say hey and make sure, there wasn't no crazy weirdo guys over here.
Nope, no crazy weirdos.
My name's Wes.
Wes?
Yeah, so let me sit this light
Okay.
out.
Well, that was a little strange. Guy comes up here after it gets dark. Says he wants to come introduce himself and make sure I'm not some weird guy camping next to him and his wife over there. They're a quarter of the way around the lake from me. That's the reason I carry, not because of wild animals, for stuff like this. Kind of feel like I should have trusted my instincts earlier. Chances are there's absolutely nothing to worry about. But that little bit of hair raising up on the back of your neck, somebody coming up to camp after dark, when they've been there this whole time, because I saw them when I came in and they were over there. Oh well. Alright, so I am starting to get kind of hungry. So, for dinner tonight, I have this little petite sirloin, because I'm a petite guy. Got this little petite sirloin. I think Sarah got these from Aldi, if I'm not mistaken, and there was a 3-pack, so I figured one would be enough. But I'm gonna go ahead and get it seasoned up, which, like I said, I've got this mesquite seasoning. It is so dark, which is funny because we just had that huge moon, but I think the fact that it's so overcast and everything is definitely not helping. Sarah just called me and said that it is flooding at the house, which is awesome. We really, really need it. So I've got this steak seasoned down pretty good now. Another thing that I've got here is some of the garlic and herb Kerrygold butter. So that is going to be delicious. So I'll get some of that on the griddle. Get the griddle rocking here. Let's see how she does. There it goes. Nice. All right, we'll get us some Kerrygold butter going on here. Got my tongs here. I think I washed my spatula and left it at home. Oh well. Get us a piece of this Kerrygold butter on here. Now I didn't adjust the legs on this thing again. I'll have to that'll take some getting used to. Yeah, boy. Actually did bring stuff to make breakfast in the morning as well, and I'm looking forward to that. I think it's going to be really good. So we've got some eggs in the morning we're going to do, but we've got some very, very interesting bacon that I think we're going to try in the morning. I think it'll be good too. So. All right, I believe just that quick, dinner is done. Oh yeah. Just like that. Awesome. I forgot my fork too. I'm telling you. Let's see how this thing looks though. It looks juicy. Oh, it's good and pink. Well, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. Wow. That's really, really good. Yep, it's good and pink. It's not super bloody pink, but it's good and pink. I forgot, I've got some garlic salt too. I'm gonna add me some garlic salt on there. That should really liven it up. Oh yeah. Nice piece of fat. That garlic salt's just what it needed. Just what it needed. Just what it needed to choke me. Oh yeah, man. That is really, really good. All right, well, I think I'm gonna sit here and eat my dinner, and I'm gonna listen to some more of my book. I'm gonna go ahead and get this fire stoked back up a little bit, and I'm gonna chill for a little while. A good little steak. Oh yeah. So the people across the pond, dogs just started fussing, and like it was something, it was a lot louder and more aggressive. And the guy over there, I heard him start yelling, "Get out of here, get out of here." So I'm guessing there's a bear on the other side of the pond. I don't know if he's making his way around the pond or not, but I'm keeping my eyes peeled anyway. Who knows? Again, like I said, they could just be trying to spook me or whatever. But the dogs, I think the dogs definitely were hearing something, so temperature started dropping out there, and I needed to let that fire go down, so I let the fire get down to ashes pretty much, and then I just went ahead and put it out, and went ahead and put my sleeping clothes on. I got my sleep pants on and my hoodie. There's some dang mosquitoes in here, but anyway, I've got my sleep clothes on. I'm all snuggly and warm in here. I got the Jeep locked up so nobody could get in here to me. So I guess that's it for the night. I'll see you guys in the morning. Hey, good morning. So I slept really good last night. Surprisingly enough, the temperature was just about right, and the angle of the vehicle was just about right, that I was at the perfect angle to sleep. Never had any more problems out of anybody last night, which is good. And yeah, I just had a good night. I really did. I woke up this morning about 4:30, and it was starting to rain. I could hear it rain on the tarp, or on the roof of the Jeep and the tarp. If you've never slept under a tarp when it's raining, it sounds like somebody beating on a drum head. That pop, 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 pop. And that's what I woke up to. I heard that sound, and the rain started coming down. I laid there for a few minutes listening to it rain. I rolled over and went back to sleep, which is something that I typically can't do. But I was just comfortable, and that sound of that rain, and I just rolled over and went right back to sleep. So that was nice. And I do wish I had brought my kayak. I could see fish like hitting the surface out there this morning. Wish I'd brought my kayak. I'd paddled around a little bit and fished a little bit. But honestly, I'm going to be packing up and getting on the road here in a few minutes. I am going to make me some breakfast first, though. Which, you know, I don't always make breakfast, but this is a different kind of trip. So I'm going to make me some breakfast this morning. I really don't need to be out of here super fast. But I still want to get packed up and get on the road pretty soon, because I want to hit some of the dirt roads on the way out. And a lot of times if you get on those dirt roads early in the morning, that's when you'll see the wildlife and stuff like that. So we'll see. Maybe, maybe not. But this morning my coffee is a little different. I'm doing my bushcraft coffee that I got at Georgia Bushcraft. It's actually really good coffee. And it says it's guilt-free packaging. I don't know. I guess it's all recycled. It's compostable package and bag. That's pretty nice. And this is one of those, it's like a steep coffee. So it's got like a little tea bag. Man, that coffee, just when you open it up, smells so good. And just like that, it's raining. Now I'm glad I'm not on the lake fishing, or pond. It's a pond. So I'm letting this coffee steep, and it'll be ready here in just a couple minutes. But I made some notes in my book for things that I definitely want to upgrade. And one of those things is I need to go ahead and get my platform built. But I don't want that platform to be super tall, because already I can just barely sit up in there right now. So if I build that platform super tall, it's going to make it hard for me to get in and out of that thing. So that's just, you know, something I'll have to work out and just kind of test and see how it goes. But I want to get that platform done because I do want to get some dedicated gear just for my overlanding stuff that can just stay in there. That way I don't have stuff that I accidentally forgot. I have a leak in my tarp. Oh well, not a big deal. But yeah, I don't want to have things that I accidentally forgot. Like this time I forgot my sport because I washed it and left it at home, or you know, whatever it is. I want to have a dedicated set of gear to go in here. So I think once I get my platform built with the drawers and everything, and I can organize everything, it'll be a lot easier to do that. But I'm still really happy with my setup right now. Now it does think that without an awning, I'm gonna have to bag up this tarp and haul it back wet. If I had an awning, I could just fold it back around. It wouldn't have to go inside the vehicle, but oh well. Again, not a huge deal. I actually have a garbage bag. That's what I'm going to do. I have a garbage bag. I'll just put this thing in for now. Love that rain on the tarp. coffee. That's good. This morning, we have a killer carnivore breakfast. Kind of carnivore breakfast because I do have some sauce to go with it. But I have, and I'm going to say two words here that typically don't go together. And you'll see why. But this morning, I have leftover brisket. Again, those words don't really go together. I have some bacon that Sarah got me. This is Black Forest bacon. I think this came from Aldi also. It's got a dry rub on it. Hardwood smoked gourmet slices. It looks really good, so I've got some of that. I've got some eggs. So this morning we're gonna make some eggs and bacon and brisket for breakfast. And I found my fork from my brisket, so I got a bonus fork. So things are looking up. So I have just that quickly talked myself out of making eggs with the brisket and the bacon. I don't need those eggs. I mean, seriously, look at this. Who needs eggs, right? So if you watched last week's video, you'll know that this griddle has a hot spot and a section of it that's not as hot. And that actually worked out really good this morning because I was able to put my brisket on the side of it over there and just warm it up, and then cook my bacon on the hot side. So worked out pretty good. I got me some more water heating up for my second cup of coffee. Got me some bacon. That's good. That's definitely got some seasoning on it. Yeah, that's really good. A little piece of that brisket. Oh, look at the steam coming out of that brisket. Can you see that? I know, barbecue sauce isn't carnivore. Brisket for breakfast, come on. So the rain is definitely picking up. It's getting harder. I'm gonna look on this weather app real quick to see if there's gonna be a break soon. If there will be a break soon, then I'll just hold off on wrapping up. But if not, if it's just gonna get harder and harder, I think I'm gonna go ahead and pack everything up and get on the road, because I don't want to be stuck out here. And I don't know how hard it will get to get out of here, because I'm kind of down in the bowl by the lake. So just in case, we'll probably go ahead and pack up pretty soon and get out of here. But if we have a break in the weather, I'll wait a little bit for that. And I've definitely got to do something about this tarp. So I've used this tarp for a while, and it's a fairly inexpensive tarp, but it has sprung quite a few leaks now. Mostly right along that seam, so I could probably seam seal it and be okay. But yeah, it is definitely got a little leak over here, one right over there. And it's got a few pinholes in it, and for the price of it, I'll probably just end up replacing it, but that's unfortunate. But like I said, I've had it for a while, so who knows, maybe I'll DIY me a 270-degree awning. Boy, these mosquitoes are no joke. So it's starting to slack up a little bit. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and get us packed up. But I got a little tip for you. So like I said, it's time for me to pack up and get cleaned up. So I'm gonna clean my griddle, and to do that, I'm gonna heat it back up and put a little water on it and deglaze it and stuff like that. But that's not the tip. If you enjoy the area that you're camping in, don't dump your bacon grease or food scraps or what have you right here. You know, don't walk 20-30 feet from your campsite and dump bacon grease or dump food scraps or stuff like that. That's how you get bears coming into camp, and if you're not the next person camping there, you may cause a huge problem for someone else. So don't dump your bacon grease or food scraps, like I said, you know, next to camp. Walk way off from camp if you have to dump something, or better yet, pack it home with you. Or let's say you have, you know, some discourteous camping neighbors that may have just left for the morning, but they still have their camp set up, and you happen to notice that there's no one left in their camp or whatever. You could easily, you know, if you are not a nice person, dump your bacon grease sort of at the back of their tent or something like that. But that's not recommended either. I wouldn't recommend you doing that. But I'm just saying that there's options, and don't dump them directly in your campsite. Well, this is about as little as it's going to get. There's more coming, so I'm going to go ahead and get it wrapped up. Other than the issue with the neighbors last night, this was an awesome spot here. Once it cools off a little more and the mosquitoes die back, it'll be really, really nice. I'd like to come back down here when I have a chance to actually do some fishing, because I think there's probably some bass around that pond right there. I'd like to go give it a shot. So maybe we'll plan on coming back and just see how it goes. I don't know if these people are always here or if they're just here for a couple of weeks or whatever. A couple of them look like they've been here for a long time, so I don't know, but it is what it is. I'm not worried about it. Everything went really good last night. Breakfast this morning was absolutely delicious, but it's that time of the trip. Gotta pack it up and get headed out of here, so that's what we gotta do. All right, so as you can see, got the place all cleaned up. The only thing left behind, besides the stack of firewood right there, is a dry patch. So trying to do the leave no trace thing always. So try to leave the place as good or better than you found it. Make it where people can come up and find nature and not your garbage. Don't burn garbage in the fire pits. You know the stuff. If you brought it in, take it out. I did leave this little stack of firewood over here, but you know, if somebody else needs it or wants it, it's there. It's not super intrusive in the way, and it'll be a little more convenient if somebody else wants it. So I don't know, that's sort of one of those things, like, do you leave it, do you not leave it? But I cut it all up, so it's not like it's still in its natural form anyway. So I have got everything wrapped up. The only thing left to do is hit the road. So let's fire this thing up, put her in the wind, and see what we can see on the way out. All right, guys, so I guess that's gonna do it for this over the roading adventure. Very little of this adventure has been overlanding, but I've still had a great time, and I had a great time yesterday at the Sunshine State Overland Outfitters grand opening. Guys, go check them out. You can go check them out on Instagram, and if you're over in Newberry, go check them out. I'll leave the address in the comments below so you guys could go check them out if you're interested in that. But great bunch of guys. John and Gene have a beautiful setup over there, and looks like they're going to be doing some awesome work. So not just overlanding stuff, they're going to be doing regular mechanicking and stuff too, so you guys go check them out. We will be downloading the Florida Adventure Trail maps, and after speaking with John yesterday, he said, yeah man, he said, your Jeep can handle any of it. So with his encouragement, we're gonna start hitting some of that Florida Adventure Trail. So I'm really, really looking forward to that, and that will get us off of the pavement. John has curated an awesome trail, set up designated campsites and things like that for the trail. So You guys go check out the Florida Adventure Trail also. They have Florida Adventure Trail on Facebook, so check them out in all the places. It's a great group of guys, and there's a lot of information out there for you if you're into the overlanding thing, or if you're getting into the overlanding thing like myself. But I appreciate you guys watching. I really enjoyed this weekend, and I'm looking forward to doing some more of it. I'm looking forward to getting this thing built out. So if you're interested in seeing that, leave me a comment below too. Maybe I'll make some videos on actually building the stuff. I don't know, may or may not, but you guys let me know what you think, and I will see you next week. Thanks for watching, guys.